Hey there guys, Ryan Ferran inside the TCC getting ready for a big weekend of Monster Jam. This is Gravedigger you're looking at in town, one of 6 monster trucks that'll be in Tucson all weekend. We are thrilled to be joined by the legendary driver of Gravedigger, Charlie Pauken. So Charlie, what can the fans expect out here the next few days inside the TCC?
I always say this is a great family show. It's one of the greatest things. It's a great venue. There's not a bad seat in the house because you're so close. That's what's great about these shows. You've got us going out there. We're going to be doing wheelie contests. Each truck will go out, hit stack of cars, see who can get the highest, straightest up, down wheelie. From there, we go on, we do racing. It's going to be called Chicago style. That's where we originated it with. And it's kind of like a roundy round. Two trucks at the same time racing each other. From there, we go on to freestyle. I love freestyle. That's the greatest part of it. It's the last part of the show. You never know what's going to happen. Each truck gets to go out with the driver. You get to come up with whatever you want to do to please the fans. That's what it's about. So if it's big air, going backwards, cyclone donuts, whatever you can come up with. Sometimes you roll over, and that's what the people want. That's what they'll get.
These trucks are just massive. What are some of the specs of just how big these monster trucks are?
The size of these, they're about 12 foot wide, 12 foot tall, weigh in about 10,000 pounds flying through the air. About 1,500 horsepower.
What is it like to drive one of these monster trucks?
To drive one of these, I compare it to going to the amusement park and getting on your favorite ride, only you're in control of it, how much fun you want to have. That's about what it's like.
So how do you go from this monster truck to your normal everyday car, and what is that?
You're basically going from a 1,500 horsepower vehicle down to what I've got. I've got a little 4-cylinder car, something I can't get in trouble with. Well, it's very hard to get in trouble with. So basically, it's usually I like to drive vehicles. If it has the power, I like to use the power. That's how it works.
How did you get into driving Gravedigger? I mean, Gravedigger's been around for years. You've been driving it for years. How did that kind of happen where you're one of the lucky ones that gets to drive this bad boy?
I was one of the lucky ones to come in. I've been driving a Gravedigger truck now for about 16 years. Been driving monster trucks for about 26 years, and growing up as a kid, man, I always had motorcycles and go-karts, stuff like that. I started helping out a team. One thing led to another. Hey, things move on. Gravedigger team snatched me up. I was fortunate to be here. I love my job. It's a dream job.
How hard, I guess, or how much practice does it take to... You guys do some phenomenal tricks and really have control over this, which is amazing. How much practice and how difficult is it to drive one of these monster trucks?
It does take a lot to drive one. You think, oh, you just hop in, drive it around. No, it's kind of complicated. The steering, in fact, you got the steering wheel for the front and a toggle switch for the rear. So they're 2 separate systems. And a lot of things, when I say I'm driving out there, I drive by the seat of my pants because I can't tell what's going on outside only by how my body's being thrown inside the truck. And it's almost a natural reaction from going back and watching video and going, okay, this is what happened, this is why it happened, and this is how I reacted. So there's a lot of technique to it.
Is there stuff that other people wouldn't realize that have never been inside that you kind of have to go through your mind and what you deal with? I mean, you guys are flying through the air as well. What else if somebody thinks, oh, that'd be fun? Maybe not that fun when you're up flying through the air.
A lot of times, I mean, it's basically driving through a controlled accident. So it's almost like you're almost in a fight in there with a boxer and trying to drive a vehicle at the same time and trying to perform. So in that aspect, a lot of times you'll take hits and go, oh, and you'll be like, oh gosh, and you're kind of like, man, do I want to hit this next one even or not? You know, so it's like you kind of like gotta keep persevering, you know, keep going, moving on, and you know, finish out your 90 seconds of what you've got for freestyle.
Charlie, good luck this weekend. Thanks for the time. We appreciate it.
Hey, thanks. I'm just glad to be back here.